What's going on, everybody? This week's video, I want to discuss how it was I set up at the San Francisco card show last weekend, and I just kind of wanted to go over how it was as a mainly UFC seller. Okay, I've done the San Francisco card show many times in the past. One of the better shows in the Bay Area. There's always some good people that come out. It's a pretty packed show all the time. I'll put up some video, kind of me walking through real quick. Walking the floor. I set up at the show with a couple cousins of mine, so not only is it just we have a couple tables and it's not just UFC. My table will have UFC, and then my cousin's table, they'll have a mixture of all the other sports. And here is a video of kind of the setup of how our table looks like. I understand that UFC cards is more of a niche market and not as popular as like basketball, baseball, football, but people will stop by and look at the case and flip through some cards and ask questions. And it's part of it is answering the questions and letting them know that it's a growing market, and it's getting bigger and bigger. And a lot of people, they watch the UFC but didn't know that there were cards. Okay, so some of that is like introducing them, kind of explaining, the Topps had it, then Panini had it, and now Topps has it again. My first sale of the day was actually to a non-UFC collector, somebody just getting into the world of collecting UFC cards. And I'll flash the cards up. I have pictures of some of it. He picked up a Jones auto, a Hamzat checkerboard auto to 75, a Van rookie card to 50, and an Islam PSA 9 slab, and that was out of 50, right? Then the next one, I did a trade with somebody that comes and sees me every time I set up. He picked up the Poeton rated rookie purple laser, a Brock Lesnar auto, the Figgy patch auto, a Pfeiffer auto out of 10, and a Poeton Future Stars auto. Okay, and I'll show you what I got in from trade from him later in the video. Highlights of other cards that people picked up, and again, I'll have pictures on all of these, was a Ariani Celeste PSA 9, Pantoja, and Hamzat. The Pantoja is an auto, the Hamzat Blinding Lights, an Islam tie-dye, the PSA 9. He picked it up. Again, this is somebody that doesn't collect UFC, picked it up with some other sports. Islam was his favorite fighter, saw there were cards, picked it up. Okay, sold the Ilya Let's Go PSA 10. Then another person that I usually see at the shows came. I did another trade with him, picked up the John Jones Artistic Selections, Carlos Condit PSA 9, and a Tracy Cortez auto. Then another deal was the Chandler Gold out of 50 PSA 10, and a Tom Aspinall auto. All right. I also had hobby boxes at the table and sold some of those. The people were going to rip while watching the fights. Right, it was the weekend of the Strickland Hamzat fight. Something really interesting with one of the boxes. The guy wanted to trade for the box. I said, "What do you got?" He had a Jordan that was around the price of what I was asking for a price of a hobby box. Traded him for the Jordan, then sold the Jordan later to get the cash for the hobby box, so I didn't lose anything there. Okay. Also, some of the stuff that I traded during the day, I put in the case and it instantly sold. One of them was the Hamzat Blinding Lights, and another was Izzy White Sparkle. Like some of those, like, you often buy cards and they don't end up coming home with you. And it is what it is, right? Okay, so here's what I picked up. Let's start with the non-UFC stuff first. The Tet McMillan Gold. This is out of 10. Drake London Red Squares. Okay, now some of the UFC stuff that I picked up. We got the Anderson Silva from 2017. The Uriah Faber auto. We got this stack right here. Got the Hamzat laser, Hamzat teal laser, and the Hamzat gold laser. The Don Fry red shimmer auto, the Aldo auto to 99 from Gold Label, the Marcus McGee auto base, Samir Albazi auto, I think that's to 99, and then the BJ Penn auto. All right. Then we have the Volk, the Poirier on-card auto from Panini Instant, and from Royalty, the John Jones triple patch out of 99. And then the last few that we picked up had a Hamzat brick by brick. This is out of 10. The Shara Blinding Lights, and the Ilya glove.